121 Pokemon Go tips and tricks was my biggest video on the channel. Today we're back with the predecessor to that video, so let's hop into some more Pokemon Go tips and tricks. If you are on Android, you can now go into your developer settings and turn off your sensors on your phone. This allows you to then go into AR mode and be able to catch Pokemon faster like we talked about in the last video, but not have to deal with the gyroscope of the phone, and you can hold your phone in any direction while still using AR mode. If you can't hit excellent throws in Pokemon Go, be sure to go for nice or great throws. Although you're not going to be getting the exact same bonus as excellent throws, it's a lot better to hit a nice throw or a great throw and get a small catch bonus than get absolutely nothing. Level up your type metals in Pokemon Go. If you platinum or gold or whatever your type metals, it makes it easier to catch those types of Pokemon in Pokemon Go. For example, if you have a platinum type metal, you'll get a +4 catch bonus catching that certain type of Pokemon. Great for catching legendaries. Pokedex is one of the most underrated features. Number one, you can come to your Pokedex and see how many Pokemon you've caught of that type, how many you have seen, how many lucky you have purified. You can also see the shinies you've caught and the genders of that Pokemon. And there's a whole new Pokedex update showing you a bunch of data in there. If you want to see all your 3-star Pokemon, all the Pokemon you've caught in the 3-star form, you can check that out. You can check out event Pokemon you've caught in your Pokedex, and this is great for any sort of catcher who wants to work on completing their Pokedex and find out how many Pokemon they've caught. Excellent throws in Pokemon Go get you 1,000 XP now in the game. So if you're looking to level up, be sure to focus on hitting excellent throws, and this can be even further multiplied during double catch XP events, triple catch XP events, or with a lucky egg. A new feature in Pokemon Go allows you to remember your last used Pokeball. Say you throw an Ultra Ball at a Pokemon and you catch it, you can come into your settings, turn on remember last used Pokeball, and next time you encounter Pokemon, you'll instantly be thrown with an Ultra Ball. This is a feature we've wanted forever, so glad it's in the game. You can now Mega Evolve your Pokemon for free once you've Mega Evolved a Pokemon at least once with Mega Energy. Once you Mega Evolve the Pokemon once, there'll be a cooldown timer until it reaches 0, and then you can Mega Evolve that Pokemon. Megas also now have 3 levels: base level, high level, and max level. Depending on what level your Mega is, you'll get extra candy and XL candy for catching Pokemon of the same type. You can check out how much that is right here, as well as getting extra XP for catching Pokemon of the same type. The cooldown also to Mega Evolve for free will also be shorter the higher level the Mega. To level up your Mega, you just want to Mega Evolve that Pokemon, but you only 1 Mega Evolve per day counts towards the Mega level up. Exactly like friendship. I always recommend Mega Evolving Pokemon to level them up, even if you're not going to be using them. Do it once a day because it takes 30 days to get that high level. Remember, you can still walk Pokemon for Mega Energy if they have a Mega form, or you can stick with the classic Mega Raids, and you now get up to 225 Mega Energy for a Mega Raid, so a lot better than before. Always Mega Evolve Pokemon to get extra candy for a raid boss. Say Mewtwo is in raids, Mega Evolve a Psychic type Mega Pokemon, the highest level you have, because getting extra candy for a raid boss is way better than for wild spawns, since raid bosses are very exclusive and expensive to get candy for. Daily Adventure Incense is a new item in the game, and we're going through tips and tricks for this item. Number one, always walk in a straight line with this incense. This incense will only work if you're moving, and it's based off GPS location. So the further away you move from when that last spawn appeared, the higher chance you have more spawns off your incense. If you were to go around a corner, you would technically be moving a lot less distance, so always walk in a straight line. When you use your Daily Adventure Incense, always choose a simple location as well. Don't have too many stops and gyms and other spawns, because you really want to be able to locate and catch your Adventure Incense spawn when it does appear and not have it mungled in other spawns. You can also use the Incense refresh glitch, which we talked about in the other video. By going in and out of your friends list, you can refresh your map, refreshing the spawns on your map and refreshing your incense. So if you think another incense spawn should be appearing in that 15-minute incense, go ahead, open your friends list, and you can refresh it. The whole point of using the daily incense, by the way, is to try to get the 3 Galarian birds, which are exclusive to these incenses. To increase your chance of finding them, always play when they are weather boosted. Since all 3 of these birds are part flying types, play in windy weather, and there will be a higher chance of these Pokemon spawning off your incense. Also, to catch them, be sure to use a golden raspberry and Ultra Ball and an excellent throws if you can. Maximize your chance of catching it, but they're not easy to catch. Put a big Pokemon in the last spot in your party to maximize your chances to get the big one achievement. This achievement is given to the player with the biggest Pokemon in the raid based off that species. So if I have a really big Rattata, I could theoretically win the big one because it's big based off other Rattatas. Although you won't always get it, it'll still increase your chances if you actually have a big Pokemon in your party. When you complete a raid, you will see in the top right corner the CP slowly drop until it shows you what the CP of that Pokemon is. If you know anything about 100% IVs, you can get a sneak peek at what the CP of that Pokemon will be before the encounter screen through that CP drop. Always create your own battle parties. I recommend using an app like Pokebattler to find out the best counters, or watch my counter guides on the channel. Come into your battle section, scroll over to party, and then create a battle party. For example, my raid party for Deoxys. This is so much better than using recommended party because usually recommended party is going to favor defense over offense. However, recommended party can be useful sometimes to find out the move for a legendary Pokemon. If you're going up against something like a Mega Alakazam and you see that it's recommending you ghost types, most likely it is because that Mega Alakazam might know a fighting type move like Focus Blast, and ghost types double resist fighting. Looking at what the raid boss is, the potential moveset it can have, and what recommended party is giving you gives you a good insight on what that moveset of that raid boss might be. Finally, more of a meme one, but you can use Ditto against a raid boss weak to itself like Dragon or Ghost type raid bosses. Other random fact, you can use Shiny Ditto to copy shinies that are not in the game yet. So if you want to see what a shiny would look like in Pokemon Go, try using a Ditto in a gym. Saving Rocket Radars is one of the best tips for Team Rocket, allowing you to get multiple of good Shadow Legendaries. Say you get a special research that will get you a Team Go Rocket Radar. If you do not like what the current Legendary raid boss is, I recommend not using that Super Rocket Radar on Giovanni to catch the Shadow Legendary and wait until one comes out that you actually want. Then you can use that radar, and then once you complete that research, you'll get the new research because there's always a new research when a new Legendary drops, and get 2 of the same Legendaries. If you do plan on catching the Shadow Legendary though, I recommend catching it in Weather Boost. Depending on what the Shadow Legendary is, find out what its type is, find out when it gets Weather Boosted, and battle Giovanni in that weather. Weather Boosted Pokemon, plus 5 levels of course, saving you just a little bit of Stardust, powering up that Shadow Legendary, which is already going to be expensive. On screen, I'm going to be scrolling through a bunch of boosted Stardust Pokemon. These are Pokemon that get you extra Stardust for catching them. We don't really know why, but they do, so be sure to catch them in the wild if you see them. Also, Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon get you extra Stardust, 300 for a Stage 1, 500 for a Stage 2. Anytime you get any of the boosted Stardust Pokemon or these upper stage Pokemon, in a research task, be sure to run from it. Running from this will throw it in your stacked task, and this is a long list of Pokemon that you can catch at a later date. Think of it as a fail-safe method, so anytime you run from research, you don't actually lose the encounter. You can hold up to 100 stack tasks, and I recommend stacking boosted Stardust Pokemon. Reason being, you can wait till 2 times catch Stardust or 3 times catch Stardust or even sometimes 4 times catch Stardust events, and then catch the Pokemon then on a star piece. Since these Pokemon are giving you base 1,000 Stardust, you're going to be getting base 4,000 Stardust on 4 times. Before you do stack these Pokemon, aka run from it and throw it in your stack task, be sure to give it a berry, generally a golden raz, just to make it easier in the future when the event does drop, so you can catch those Pokemon a lot quicker. There is a fast way to take down a gym with 3 people in Pokemon Go. Since generally it will take you a max of 3 run-throughs to knock out a Pokemon in a gym, you have to battle it 3 times. Here's the tip. Trainer 1 go into the gym battle and take out the first Pokemon, but the other 2 trainers should not join the battle. Once Trainer 1 has taken out the first Pokemon, then Trainer 2 will start his battle against the first Pokemon as Trainer 1 hops onto the second. Once Trainer 1 and Trainer 2 are finished their Pokemon, they're going to move on to the next, and then Trainer 3 will hop into the line. Since these trainers are not all teaming up on one Pokemon, this saves them time, and they can all go through the gym only once. Since every trainer will have battled each Pokemon once, that's 3 battles on each Pokemon, completely knocking out the gym very quick. Pretty much just stagger you guys hopping into these gym battles to knock out the Pokemon in the gym the fastest. An obvious one, but always dump your extra berries into gyms. I think we talked about this in the last video, but gets you extra Stardust by putting berries in gyms instead of just deleting them. Finally, any gyms that you're going to be spinning often, try to gold that gym. You can gold gyms by interacting with those gyms through raids, through burying, through defending it, through battling in it, but having a gold gym will allow you to get more items from that gym and more potions and Pokeballs and all that stuff. So any gyms that you're commonly going to be spinning, be sure to gold them first. At the end of these 3-month seasons of PvP we have, you get your end of season rewards. Be sure before you enter the battle menu after a season ends, you throw on a star piece because you can multiply your end of season rewards. I believe you get up to 300,000 Stardust if you hit legend on a star piece during a PvP season. Any move that debuffs your defense in PvP, like Wild Charge or Superpower, always be sure to charge up to 2 of them before you throw them. While you're charging up, you will have higher defense, and then if you throw them back to back, the opponent will have no time to get extra damage in between those 2 charge moves while your defense is debuffed. Then I usually recommend swapping out if available, because swapping out does reset your debuffs. Always charge up to 2 moves, throw them back to back, and then swap out. When new events, new Pokemon, and meta change up happen in Pokemon Go, you can take advantage as a PvP player. Take a look at what the new hot Pokemon is and find a way to counter it. If Dialga is in raids, for example, try to run some counters to Dialga in the Master League, because most people are probably going to be trying out that new Dialga they just acquired. Take advantage of the trend. When building your PvP Pokemon, a new feature, you can now long hold on Pokemon and see what their their moveset is, their stats are, and their typing is. If I'm building a Great League team and I want to go ahead and check out if my Walrein has Powder Snow, I can go ahead and hold on it and I'll check it out. You can also now search for PvP IVs. Searching 0 attack, 4 defense, and 4 HP will show you all your 0, 15, 15 IV Pokemon PvP IVs. Finally, the biggest one, if you're ever angry at PvP, remember to take a break. The biggest problem I see a lot of people is they keep pushing through anger and then they end up just hating PvP. Remember, it's supposed to be fun. If you end up raging, just stop. It's literally just a game. Number 1, make local friends is the biggest game-changing tip I could say. Joining a local Discord, a local Facebook group, trying to meet with trainers during community days, events, or just randomly walking through the park is a game changer because this allows you to hit lucky friends, then do lucky trades and have potential chances at Shundos. XL candies are also now available at level 31, so if you do have local friends, trading for XL candies is a game changer. If the distance between the 2 Pokemon you're trading is above 100 kilometers away, you will be guaranteed an XL candy for any trainer above level 31. This is great to grind a lot of XL candies for certain Pokemon, catch 100 Machops, trade them with 100 Pokemon that are caught over 100 kilometers away. That's 100 Machop XL candies. On the topic of trading, you can now auto trade. I have a full video on it that I'm gonna link below, but in short, you can set up auto clickers on your phone that will automatically click the buttons you need. I believe this is a thing that should just be in the game, but this allows you to pretty much just sit back while your phone does all the trading for you and you can focus on something else. Adding a number in front of your name is a game changer to get more gifts. If you don't know, when you search by can receive gift, you'll notice that at the top it's going to be alphabetical, but above the A's is going to be numbers. Morgan, for example, has done a great play here of adding 00 in front of their name, so it's always going to be the first on my list to send a gift. Generally, trainers, when they send gifts, they go ahead and they use the can receive gift, and then now anyone with a number above my name is going to be the first person I send a gift to. This allows you to get more gifts in Pokemon Go instead of being something like a Z, for example, Zoe 2 Dots. I'd probably never really send a gift to Zoe because she's so low on the list. No offense, Zoe. Finally, you can control when you hit friendship bonuses in Pokemon Go with this little tip. It requires coordination, but if you're about to hit best friends with a trainer, go ahead and tell them and open the gift. Get your XP for best friends, use your lucky egg, all that stuff, but then go ahead and delete them off of your friends list and resend them a friend request. Now, the other trainer will not get that friendship bonuses until they decide to add you back in Pokemon Go. This allows more flexibility in you deciding when you want to hit that friendship bonus. One trainer gets the XP when they're ready, deletes, sends a friend request, and the other trainer, all they have to do is accept that friend request to get the friendship XP. I believe there is a 14-day timer though on it before you have to send a new friend request. So that's something to know, but it does allow a lot more flexibility when deciding when you want to hit your friendship bonuses with your friends. You can now fast buddy swap in Pokemon Go. Come into your buddy history and then you can come and scroll through all your past buddies and all you gotta do is click swap buddies and it'll instantly throw you in that new buddy. This is a lot quicker than coming over here, clicking swap buddies, clicking yes, etc, etc. You can also get an instant heart with your buddy now in Pokemon Go through the team leaders. Battle with a team leader with your buddy in the party, then all you have to do is simply back out. You'll instantly get your battle with a buddy heart for that instead of having to actually go through the full battle like before. You can also now go into your buddy, click up here, and then you can see how many hearts you need to get to the next level of buddy. Before we had to use a separate app for this, but now it is in game, so I need 264 more hearts to get best buddy with this Chansey. A new feature in Pokemon Go is powering up Pokestops. If you power up a Pokestop to level 2 and you spin that Pokestop with a buddy, you'll get an extra heart. This is a great way to get extra hearts with your buddy. If you ever see a Pokestop powered up level 2, go ahead and give it a spin and you'll get a free heart. Why not? The new IV search that we showed a little bit is great in Pokemon Go, allowing you to search for certain IVs. How it works is if I search 0 and then attack, defense, or stamina, it'll show me anything with exactly 0 attack, defense, or stamina. If I search 1, it's gonna show me anything within that first bar, between 1 and 5. If I put attack 2, it'll show me anything between 6 like this and 10 like this. 3 attack will be anything between 11 like this and 14 like that. And 4 attack will be anything with max attack. And also you can switch this out for defense and all that stuff and play with this whole search. Although it's not, you can search for exact IVs, which kind of sucks. This is still a great feature for searching your Pokemon. Like we show with the PvP IVs, you can search 0 attack, 4 defense, 4 stamina, and show some PvP IV Pokemon. A new thing I do very commonly is an event search thread. Searching age and then 0 for however long that event's been going on. For example, Psychic Spectacular event literally just started yesterday. Then I will go ahead and search and not a certain Pokemon. For example, Drowsy, for example, Slowpoke, and any Pokemon I want to keep. For example, Ralts. This will filter out all the Pokemon I want to keep that I caught during a certain event. Then I can go ahead and select all and transfer all the other stuff, allowing me to quick transfer during events. You can even add things like in there, not 4-star and, you know, not shiny or not legendary, and you can make it how you want. Finally, you can save search threads. Clicking the see more button at the top, it'll show you all your recents. All you gotta do is long hold on one of those, and then it'll be thrown into your favorites search thread. You can also long hold on your favorites and rename it or remove these search threads. For example, I've saved a cleanup search thread that allows me to show me all the Pokemon I would potentially transfer. Amazing new feature. Never go under 500,000 Stardust. It takes about 500,000 Stardust to take a Pokemon from 0 to level 50 now in Pokemon Go. I never recommend going under that because you always want to make sure you have enough Stardust to take a Pokemon from level 0 to 50 in case you need it randomly. Say a new Pokemon drops, say you need a counter, all that stuff. You want to have that Stardust on hand and not be striving or forced to go out and play to get that Stardust. However, anything above 500,000 Stardust, I always say spend it. Stardust is a lot better spent than sitting in your storage. Let's talk about some tags. One of my new favorite tags, the Mega Level Up tag. We talked about Mega Evolution in this video, but you can now Mega level up your Pokemon. I like to have a Mega Level Up tag because these are the Pokemon I want to Mega Evolve at least once a day to work on leveling them up towards hitting that max level Mega. For example, this Altaria, I need to Mega Evolve it 11 more times to hit max level, so I have it in my Mega Level Up tag and I will Mega Evolve it every single day until it is max level. We also have a Mega tag, which are Pokemon are in the game and not in the game that have Mega Evolutions. This is where I can quickly access all my Mega Evolution Pokemon. We of course have Little Cup, Great League, Ultra League, and other cup tags, great for when you're creating battle parties. And finally, a trade tag. Any Pokemon you want to go ahead and trade away. With that tip we talked about earlier to get XL candies, you can now search tags in your search bar. For example, trade, it'll show you all your Pokemon that you can trade. If you don't like the order of your tags, not a lot of people know this, but you can actually long hold on your tags and move them up and down. Say I want my trade tag to be at the top, I will go ahead and slowly bring it to the top, and then bang, I'll put it, you know, right here. And then now I have quick access to my trade tag right at the top. Finally, when looking through your storage, I recommend saving any Pokemon that you want extra XL candies. Sometimes we have events that come along that are 2x transfer candy. And we've even had events like Shing's Community in the past with increased chance of getting XL candy from trade. Any Pokemon that you want XL candies for and you don't have a lot of, if you have space, keep them and wait for those events. Hopefully we get to return to them soon. Double tap on the screen and then scroll up and down for a quick zoom if you only have access to one finger. This is great for when I have my thumb. I'll double tap and then bang, I can zoom in and zoom out. Also, if you open the menu, you can just scroll your hand over to one of them and it'll instantly open up that menu. There's a lot of one-handed featured gameplays, which is great. So let's say I only have one hand, bang, over to battle, it's open. You can quick delete items in Pokemon Go. Go delete, and then if you click the minus button, it'll instantly max out to all those items. Quick delete all those potions. This is great to save you time, and not always will you be using it. It's great, let's say, you know, I don't want these super potions, I'll just click minus, bang, gone. Pokemon Go now has widgets. If you come to your phone, come to your widgets app, I believe they're on iPhone as well, you can search Pokemon Go, and you now have 2 widgets. You have your Adventure Sync Buddy widget, which will show you your current buddy, how many hearts it is it on the map, you need to feed it, all that stuff. And you have your Adventure Sync Eggs widget. This will show you your eggs, how far they're to walk and all that stuff. I believe Pokemon Go does have to be open in the background for this, but this is great to get a quick glance on some data in Pokemon Go. Functional hundos in Pokemon Go are Pokemon that have this set of 98 IV, in which the stamina is the one that's the 14, and 100% IV have the exact same stats. Since the HP stat is rounded in Pokemon Go, sometimes this IV and this IV can be the exact same. I'm gonna link below a full list of functional hundos, and I will say this does depend on what level the Pokemon is. So some Pokemon will be functional, technically is what the term is, at level 40, but not at level 50. So check out the list below. Note for this IV and this IV, these are not the same because defense is not a rounded stat. So the 98 will be a couple points lower no matter what. The Samsung store actually can give you a bunch of discounts on Pokemon Go items. So if you have a friend with a Samsung phone, or if you yourself have a Samsung phone, be sure to do all your Pokemon Go payment interactions through this. I've seen people get cheaper event tickets, cheaper Pokecoins, and save a bunch of money on Pokemon Go because they have a Samsung phone. Not 100% sure why, they might have a deal or just Samsung is better at making you save money, but anyone that you know might have a Samsung phone, always try to sign into your account on their phone and do all your interactions there. If your Pokestop nomination gets rejected now in Pokemon Go, you can actually appeal it. Now you do need to have access to the Wayfarer website, which is where all the nomination things should be going down. You generally just sign in with the same account that you have on Pokemon Go. But if a Pokestop nomination gets rejected, you can appeal it and an internal Niantic member will take a look at it and decide if it's good or not. I believe you can only do one appeal a month, so it's not like you can do a lot every single year. It is still nice if you have a Pokestop nomination that you think really should have gone through, but some rando declined it for you. Last two tips, read the comments below this video and any other tips video on YouTube, because there's a lot of trainers out there with great tips that haven't been discovered yet by the community. Finally, have fun. I know I mentioned this last video and I've mentioned it in a lot of videos, but I think people always forget that Pokemon Go is a fun game. It's supposed to be enjoyable. If you don't enjoy it anymore, stop playing it. It is unhealthy to be forcing yourself to play a game that you're not enjoying. So be sure to always, number one, be having fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Again, if there are tips that I didn't mention in this video and you're like, are so obvious, like the quick catch technique or other things, they're probably in the other video. This is a part 2 to that video, so we're not gonna be repeating the same tips. But if you watch both this video and the last video and there's some tips that you didn't see in any of them, go ahead, let me know in the comment section below, and who knows, maybe we'll have to follow up with a part 3. We'll see though, because we've got to be running out of like tips by now, right? Like I feel like I've covered most of them. That's it though, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and thank you guys for all the support on the channel. This is honestly a big video for me to make because that other video was kind of what created Pokédaxi in my opinion. And have a amazing rest of your day, guys. Follow for more tips, everyone. Peace.